Hey guys, so it's been a while since I've done what I call a serious video, which basically entails me discussing anti-bullying, gay, LGBT type issues, whatever. And today I actually wanted to talk about what it is like growing up, or what it was like, at least for me, and I know this will resonate with a lot of my viewers, what it's like growing up in the closet, and the type of things that you have to basically deal with in your own head or in real life, in society, or whatever. So first of all, it sucks. And I mean, I wrote down a list here, and I'll go down through each thing. First off, you're trying to blend all the time. The more hidden you are amongst all the other people, like if you painted a picture of a crowd of people with you in it, you would basically want to be the little like silhouette person in the background that's sort of like a blur. That's how much you want to blend, because when there's attention called on you, you kind of feel like all your insecurities kind of bubble to the surface, and you kind of feel like naked and raw. And the worst thing ever is when someone actually associates you with being gay. And so, for instance, when people would ask me, just out of nowhere, they're like, "Are you gay?" I would go home and I would hate myself. I would get so depressed. Sometimes I would go home and I'd cut myself. Sometimes I would go home and I'd just fall asleep. I'd listen to music. And the thing is, when you're in a group of people that are just ripping on the gay thing, they're talking about you, essentially. You know, for me, when that happened, number one, I wanted to disassociate myself from that, so I'd either get really quiet and hope to blend, basically don't move strategy, or I would go the other way and I would go on the offensive. For instance, I would bash being gay too. Like, I would say, yeah, that's disgusting, that's sick, you know, things like that. And you just go with it to try to counteract someone before they even kind of like put Tyson gay together, you know? So that's another thing. You're always, like, your day is ruined if someone does associate it with you, because you feel like you're not blending well enough, and that everyone's picking on you, and also that you're like this disgusting creature that no one wants around. So that's pretty awesome. And then to counteract that, you're acting all day long. In high school, you know, I mean, especially in high school, you know, you try to dude it up. You know, you kind of try to deepen your voice, even though, you know, you're 13 years old and your voice, everyone's voice is going through changes. People will say, "Oh, you sound like a girl." Well, guess what? All you 13-year-old boys sound like girls. You know what I mean? It's a completely normal thing, but you try to deepen it faster because everyone's giving you crap for it. You try to walk a specific way. You're acting all day long just to try to avoid people harassing you and labeling you as this one thing, even though in a lot of cases they already are. But it's just a defense mechanism, I guess. And then other things like you don't go out for sports because you don't want to be around all the guys that are saying all these horrible things, or you do want to go out for sports to prove that you're one of the guys, you know? You choose not to do specific activities because they're considered gay. You know, like you don't do chorus, or you don't play a specific instrument, or, you know, you basically, like, you avoid so many different things, but because they're considered gay. You try not to show people that you like specific types of music, specific movies, things like that, because it's considered gay. Like, there's just it's all day long, 24/7, trying to make yourself look like all these other dudes, or if you're a female of the LGBT community, you are trying to girl it up, you know what I mean? And I don't know, it's just, there's so much energy. And I just had a conversation with Steven, for those of you who do not know who he is, my roommate. He and I just sat down and talked about high school. We talked about the difference, perspective-wise, from all the cool kids, because the few people that I have seen after high school talk about high school like they literally say those were the best years of their lives and they wish that high school would happen over again. And me and Steve were just sitting here talking, and we were saying, you know, how crazy is that they got up and they were excited to go to school, and their whole childhood was great because they loved high school. They had the best time ever. And we got up and we were miserable, and they would come home happy and we'd come home depressed. You know, the circles I ran in were the nicest kids because they only wanted people to be nice to them. So they were always the nicest kids to everyone. And if the cool kids were having a nice day, then they would be polite to my friends. If not, then they would shit on them, whatever they wanted, because that was their right. You know what I mean? So it's just, it's hard growing up. It's hard growing up gay. It really is. Things are slowly getting better. I imagine that high school is still a nightmare for you if you're watching this, but hang in there, because those cool kids eventually just become normal people like everyone else, or, you know, you get your revenge later on because you become this awesome person and you've learned how to treat other human beings, and you kill yourself to get a better body and work on your self-image, and they just usually go downhill. That's not always the case, but in a lot of cases it's true to form. But anyways, I made this video specifically not for a lot of my followers, but for the people that are trying to educate themselves on truly trying to understand what it is like to be gay, to grow up that way, especially in hostile environments. Mine wasn't the worst by any stretch of the imagination, but mine was pretty psychologically damaging. I guess I will be hitting you guys up with another video hopefully soon. I'm sorry I haven't made videos regularly lately, but like I said, hopefully soon. Until next time, guys, I will talk to you later.